What's happening? Landlord from Alabama here, back with another video. And today, man, we talking about Kelvin Joseph. I want to take a look at his film to see if it's a huge drop off between him and Anthony Brown, because you hear this all the time. I've been hearing this from CowboysNation that they're a little bit concerned about if Kelvin Joseph can take over successfully for Mr. Anthony Brown, or is it a big, huge drop off? Now, whatever you rate Anthony Brown, how far would you rate Kelvin Joseph? Now, I want to take a look at his film, but I do want to say the level of competition is a big factor in this. Kelvin Joseph was just playing the Texans, and Anthony Brown went up against some pretty good players. But we can only go off of what we have, and this is one of the first games that Kelvin Joseph got an opportunity. So we're going to have to just evaluate what he can do and what he did and his traits, and see if we can project that into the future and to see how far away Kelvin Joseph's play can be compared to what Anthony Brown was. So let's take a look at the film. Now, this play right here in particular really caught my attention. You know, this is the big play that he gave up. Let's run the play first. You'll see Kelvin Joseph at the top of the screen, and man coverage, trail technique, great ball placement, great catch. It really wasn't a catch, but you know, they called it a catch, so they let it stand. He bobbled the ball. It really wasn't a catch, but we have to give it to him. That's what the NFL said, allegedly. If you take a look at his technique, he played it perfectly. But you'll see at the bottom of the screen, Trayvon Diggs was playing the same type of route, the same type of way. And I looked at this, it caught my attention. It really shows you how you play it and how you don't play it. Not to say that Kelvin Joseph was playing the ball super bad, but Trayvon Diggs was just that much greater. Just take a look at the technique at Kelvin Joseph. Coming off of his break, he takes his read step, gets his hand on the receiver. The receiver deflected his hand well, but he got his hand on him, on his hip pocket. Great placement, but he let him separate at the end when the ball got in the air. That's where the problem lies. But if you look back at it, check it out. You'll see him in the trail technique at the top of the screen. Look at when Diggs get his head around at the bottom of the screen, and look at Kelvin Joseph still don't have his head around. That's where the problem lies, in my opinion. So if Kelvin Joseph would have got his eyes around earlier, he probably would have had a better chance at stopping that football. Look at Diggs almost parallel to Kelvin Joseph at the bottom of the screen, and they covering the same route. Look at how closer Diggs is to his man. Look at the little separation that Kelvin Joseph gives up. But it was really just the ball in the air. The only separation he gave up was the ball in the air. He was looking for the ball and got lost, and the receiver got away from him a little bit. And that was just great ball placement by Mills. Like, it's crazy that he just threw a perfect ball, but you know, it happens sometimes in football. It is no defense for a perfectly placed football. So check it out in this angle. Look, he got his head around right here, but he misread the ball. So that gave him some separation and made him be out of place, and he caught the ball on Kelvin Joseph. But these ain't nothing but technique things. In my opinion, all you wanted Kelvin Joseph to do, if you're gonna play man up this close, you need to put your hands on him earlier. You need to jam him, then you need to squeeze him to the sideline to eliminate places where the quarterback can throw the ball. If he would have leaned on him right here, the quarterback wouldn't have had that much room or that big of an area to give him the football. He was already close to the boundary. All he had to do is lean on him a little bit while they running in their technique and squeeze him towards the outside, towards the out of bounds. And he wouldn't have had that much space. He barely had enough space to get it in the beginning. But it's just small little tweaks that he needs in his technique. But I'm not afraid of this. I'm not worried about Kelvin Joseph. I think he gonna get better and better with more reps as the season go along. I'm not too concerned. I feel like he'll be fine. We know he has all the traits, all the athletic ability. All it is now is upstairs. Once he get enough reps, he'll be able to do better and better. See, on this play right here, I don't like how much cushion he's giving the receiver. He's playing him like he's Tyreek Hill or something. I don't know if that's Dan Quinn, or I don't know if that's the way Kelvin Joseph was comfortable playing him. But other players was off, but it seemed like Kelvin Joseph was a lot further away. Maybe it had something to do with down and distance, I'm not sure, but I don't like how much cushion he's giving him. So look, when you giving this much cushion, you're gonna give up underneath. That's just the nature of your alignment. you are going to give up passes that's underneath when you giving them 10 yards of cushion. That's just alignment more than anything. I don't look at that like a big deal that he gave that pass up. That's just alignment and the nature of the way he was playing. He gave up the slant route right here. I think this was just a great route by the wide receiver. Like, I think most corners would have gave that one up. That was just a nice route by him. One thing I need people to realize, that corners are going to give up plays in the discussion. Like, they will give up plays. So just to look at him and say he gave up plays and then make that negative, that's just not fair. He will give up plays. Trayvon give up plays. Ramsey give up plays. Definitely Anthony Brown give up plays. So I see him maybe averaging a big play a game, kind of similar to what Anthony Brown was doing. So I don't see it being too much of a big, huge drop off. I know Anthony Brown is a veteran and he was pretty solid in my opinion, but I think give Kelvin Joseph more and more reps, he'll get better and better, and it won't be too much of a big deal that Anthony Brown gone. Look at this play. It was the alignment more than anything. He's already 10 yards off of him. So you gonna give up an out route. Most corners in the league would have gave that route up. That was more of the alignment than it was Kelvin Joseph. So, you know, a lot of people don't understand that you would have had to be supernatural to stop plays like that. Like, you're gonna give up that just due to your alignment, in my opinion. Now this play right here is the best play he made. Check him out. He got the PBU on the receiver that's been winning all game. Not just against him, but against most of our DBs. But check this out. The wide receiver does his stutter step, outside release. Kelvin Joseph didn't bite too hard on the deep route and turned around, got physical with him and got the PBU. That's great technique by Kelvin Joseph. Let's look at it from a better angle. You know, Kelvin Joseph is gonna learn. He's gonna have his lumps. But I know one thing about him. He's very physical and he has a lot of instincts. Now, judging the ball in the air is pretty much the same. Like, he's gonna struggle with that. Looks like just like Anthony Brown did, but I think Kelvin Joseph will get better. This is basically rookie Kelvin Joseph compared to 6-year veteran Anthony Brown. So, you know, I know the level of competition is something that we're gonna have to consider, but I'm not too concerned about Kelvin Joseph. I feel like all he needs is some more reps and a couple of tweaks in his technique, and we're gonna have that second round talent that we hope that we will have when we drafted him out of Kentucky. But that's all I got for you today, man. Just holla at your boy Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media. And like I say, 1K, 1 love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go. You already know. Yeah.